they ended up like pulling a gun on me while I was, about to get back in my car. So he's like, give it up or something like that. And I just like I took a look at him like he don't have no mask on. I'm like, I don't know, something just was like, just run. And I just took off
Oh,
running and he was running behind me. He's like, don't run, I'ma shoot. And he just started shooting and shot me 8
wow.
times, man.
8 times.
8 times, yeah.
In the lawn care world, there is a dedicated group of individuals highlighting the unsung heroes, maintaining positivity and order. From memes and pro tips to giveaway trucks, they serve an important role in the green industry. These are their stories.
All right, so we are here with a crazy show today. This is Behind the Stripe. I am Ken Morris from Stripe Life. This is my co-host here.
Trevor Spencer.
And now today's show is going to be pretty cool. So we've got a guy that hustled from the ground up. He's got an amazing recovery story. I don't know how this guy is where he's at. I also don't know how he's in good shape. So we're going to get into a lot of things. He's also a rival of mine currently, being born and raised from Baltimore. This guy is from Pittsburgh. So if you're anything in the NFL, we've had a little bit of craziness over the years, but we're going to bring in Stephen Owens, aka Steve-O from Pittsburgh, PA, cutting edge lawn care, etc. Steve-O, welcome to the podcast, my friend.
Welcome.
All right, thanks for having me on, man.
So let's just get right into it real quick. One, that last game with the Ravens was total bullshit. Okay, and how the guy missed that kick? He got 95-year-old Aaron Rodgers out there, and for Lamar to come back, lead the charge, and this guy miss a chip shot that I could kick myself. How
Man,
was that? How was that watching that? Were you like amazed that you guys won that game?
thought the game was over. The whole bar that I was in was just totally quiet. It like drained. It was over with the field goal. They're going to make it. He missed that kick. I mean, everybody. You had people standing on the bar. It
Dude,
was like
and we're
outrageous.
And we had that with Cundiff. What
It
was
was
that against? I
crazy.
don't remember if that was the Patriots, but it was like a same just flashback of missing that kick at the last second. And
Yeah,
that really made you mad about Tucker with all those little, R&Ts and stuff. Because if we had Tucker, we wouldn't have had that issue. You know what I mean?
right, right.
But you are from Pittsburgh, PA. You've got your own lawn care business. Now tell us just a quick who you are, where you're from, and how did you get started in lawn care? What made you? Did you start part-time and cut on the side, or did you just jump in? What got you into lawn care?
Well, I'm 43. I'm from Pittsburgh, PA.
Nice.
I had started out. I was taking care of my uncle's property. He was in a nursing home, and he told me to look after his property. I was staying there and he passed away. I ended up taking over the house. He left it to me. So
Nice.
my neighbor, she used to be on me. I was young at the time and she was just like, when are you going to cut the grass? You're making my property look bad, you know? So I'm out here with the electric trimmer with the
Of
plug-in
course.
lawnmower.
Jeez.
Like, but I started getting good at trimming the hedges because, like, the backyard, these hedges like go all the way around the backyard and they're pretty tall. So
Yeah.
like that's probably why like that's one of my favorite thing to do is trim hedges because
Nice.
I got really good at it. But I started doing that, taking care of that property, and then I would do hers too. Um, and I started making some money doing that. And then I bought a pickup truck. Somebody told me buy a pickup truck, you'll make money.
What did you
And
buy? Ford, Chevy? What did
Chevy, I'm a Chevy guy, man.
There we go.
get him off of here?
There you go.
Can we just start
Yeah.
this, man?
Yeah, I love Chevys, man. I've never had anything other than a Chevy pickup truck,
Damn.
man.
I got both, and I love my Chevy, man. It's actually for sale right now. It's breaking my heart.
What's the other one you got?
So I got a Ford
Ford.
A
F-350 as
Ram or a
well.
Ford?
He saw the light.
Ford.
A
That
Ford?
solid front
What
axle,
you
man.
got,
You know,
Ken?
you just got into it. The snow plowing. You throw a big 1,000-pound plow on the front of that truck. That Ford is the way to go.
So I've been a Ford guy and Ford family my whole life. I've had like 50 vehicles, and I will tell you that I've had it 2 GMCs before, didn't have any issues with them, and that Chevy that we gave away, what was it, like, the 3rd truck we gave away? That thing
Yeah.
actually was, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, it was badass, man.
I
I think
like
it had
that
a
thing.
I don't remember what it had. It had a 5 point something in it with electric cutouts, but my only issue with Chevys over the year, not just because my dad wouldn't let me own them, is they had, like, the square wheel wells back in the day. Now they're fixed, so now they're, like, rounded again, but whatever
Yeah.
whatever designer put, like, a square box over the round wheel just kinda never I couldn't really look at it
See,
and
I'm
like
different. I liked
it.
the square. I
I
liked
thought
that.
that
I know
was
what you're talking about. I don't really like those ones
but they
either.
fixed it. Like now in the
Yeah.
GM and the Chevys, now it has like a curve to it, like normal. And now I don't dislike them, but for some reason it's just in my blood, man. Like I bought that GM for a hot minute a couple years ago, and I just never wanted to look back and like video it or take a picture of it. I just didn't feel connected. Where my F-250, man, I just want to like make videos and pictures. I just love the way it looks, you know. But let's
Yep.
get
But
back into water
yeah,
truck.
so it
Make money.
started with the pickup truck. I ended up so they told me get a pickup truck, you'll make some money. I was at Home Depot. Somebody asked me to deliver something for 'em. I'm like, dang, I didn't have this truck but like a
That's
day or
easy.
so.
Yeah,
You
what are
know
the
what I mean?
chances?
Right. So then I got into scrap and metal and I was taking stuff down to the scrap yard and I took some of the money from that and got some lawn care equipment. This is before Facebook was used for like promoting your business or whatever. Like I had Facebook since 2008, but this is in 2011 or 12, I believe 12. And I just like got some business cards from Vistaprint
Mhm.
and posted it up on like, hey, I'm doing lawn care, like call me. And I'm pretty known in the city, like in my city and um, quote unquote popular or whatever. But like
Nice.
everybody hits me up on Facebook and um
Now, how did you get popular? Were you like the homecoming king? Were you the quarterback? Like, what made you popular
I
in your
play
city?
sports. I play sports. I just I've just known everybody. Like I went
Okay,
to a school that kind of had a whole bunch of different neighborhoods in one, like a magnet
Okay.
school.
Yeah.
So I know people from everywhere. And just meeting people over the years, just been a cool guy. Like, so
nice.
I know a lot of people.
All right,
And
that definitely helps. Just like
Yeah,
you
that
see
helps.
realtors and hairstylists, it's all almost like it's like a popularity game. Like you got to be a people person to grow businesses. So being popular definitely can help you start a business. You know,
it
for sure.
can. It can. So like a lot of people were hit me up on Facebook back then and I mean it just kind of turned into like a real started taking it serious and in 2014 I entered a grant competition and I ended up winning first place and I got a $10,000
See
grant.
that? I was talking to Trevor about that
Yeah,
and
we're
your
curious
prep
about
being
that.
able to 10 grand, you know, especially years ago, right? 10 grand can make or break somebody. Like that's a
Yeah,
big difference. That is a huge spike. So that had to be that's winning the lottery. That had to feel pretty cool. You know what I mean?
yeah, it felt good. It felt good. I had some money
What'd you
saved
get?
up
What
and
did you get with that 10 grand? You go out and buy a nice Ferris or, what'd you
well,
get?
this is around that time I had a 36-inch walk behind something that I found on Craigslist, I
Like a
believe.
bell?
Yeah, belt
Yeah.
driven with the sulky.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got that. I got
But
a
that was before
trailer.
that 10 grand?
I actually got this stuff before because the season was getting ready to start.
Mhm.
I think yeah, the season was getting ready to start. So I was getting all of this stuff regardless. But it was almost like I got reimbursed for buying it. I bought a trailer off of this one guy. He had a landscaping business and he had got out of it. So I got like a backpack blower, the trailer, um, couple other things from him too. So
Now, have you
me
been running like in these early years we're talking about, like now you're full time? Were you always solo? Did you have a guy help you every once in a while, or are you chugging everything by yourself?
probably started out like my first couple jobs solo, and then I had a couple of my boys, and I'm just like, what's up? You want to get some money? And
Yeah.
we would just, So it's like I was learning along the way. I think at one time I had like 2 or 3 guys helping me with some stuff that I could probably do by myself right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, you know, this is also at a time where I don't know, I might have been giving them like $10 an hour. You
Yeah.
know, it wasn't nothing crazy
Oh,
back then.
this is your only source of income now, right? You're just doing like lawn care
Yep.
and odd and
Yep. Well,
end.
I have some properties that I rent out.
Now let's circle back one thing. You were saying that your uncle passed and he left you a house. That's like that's like stuff you hear about in Hallmark movies. Like that's pretty crazy. I mean, was your uncle very close to you in your life? I would think he had to like you a lot to leave you a house. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, well, it was I mean, it's not what it all cracked
Yeah.
up to be because what ended up happening is you know, my mom, it's my granddad's brother.
Okay.
And
Oh.
he left me the property and I was staying there and then I don't know, she ended up like this ended up going in her name,
Yeah.
my mom's name, but she ended up like letting my sister live there. So like mom took over the house. I didn't really get that. But I was living there for a few years, like, you know, didn't have to pay rent and stuff. So I mean,
Just
That's
I
nice.
upkeep
paid
the
property
property.
tax at the end of the year.
Not having to pay rent or mortgage can definitely be nice in life, I hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this property is now it's like it's in an area that's really close to University of Pittsburgh.
Okay.
So I mean, let's just say back then the rent was for
Nothing
that
for
property might have been $600, $700. Like now it's like $2,800 for a place like this.
especially if you can get like
Yeah.
I'm not that far from like a D1 university in Baltimore County, and they rent everything and anything out there, and they get a fortune because they'll divide it to like six different little apartments for the kids, and they get
Yeah,
crazy money.
yeah. But mom's not a good landlord, you know,
Yeah.
being able to take over property. So I'm seeing me picking that up pretty soon.
Nice. Yeah,
Nice.
properties is a big thing. We got real lucky. Like when COVID hit, we moved like 2 years before COVID hit. Well, never had intentions of making money or doing anything. And this one house we moved to, we made like 200 grand in like 3 years, not even 3 years, just because when COVID hit, people started buying the houses so much over that we
Yeah,
got lucky. And then I was like, oh man, we can get the hell out of this little HOA. We moved from 5 acres to a third of an acre and I hated it. And then when the COVID skyrocketed the prices, we moved out and then made like another good investment on another house and COVID just kept taking it up. So everybody
Yeah.
that has money that I know, unless it's like family money, it's always like real estate. They
Real
have
estate.
rentals,
Yeah.
they have a house that they hit at the right time, but it always
mhm.
seems like buying houses is a pretty safe bet, or anything to rent out for sure.
Yeah, yeah, for
All
sure.
right, well, you got that. You're starting your business. You're starting to see the fruits of hustling on your own, making money. And then tell us about this accident that you had. I ran across one of your videos online, and I've talked to you now for what was the first time I saw you at the expo?
Yeah, we met at the expo, not well, I spoke to you the year before that, the year prior, yeah.
I had no idea, but I'm like, well, I'm looking online, and I don't know if it was just a video you made or somebody else made. And I watched this, I was like, bro, is that Steve? Like, that is insane. So tell
Yeah.
tell everybody what happened to you, and I think this is like unbelievable. So should tell everybody what happened and how the heck you're still here, man.
So it was in 2016, some young dudes, man, they were just jealous of me, like, tried to rob me, and,
So you knew these guys?
nah, I didn't even know them.
No.
I didn't even know them. They were just, like, sitting outside of one of my places or whatever, like, waiting for me to pull up, and, I guess they didn't know it was me because I was in a rental car, and when I came out of the house, they ended up, like, pulling a gun on me while I was, you know, about to get back in my car. So, he's like, "Give it up," or something like that, and I just, like, I took a look at him, like, he don't have no mask on. I'm like, I don't know, something just was like, "Just run," and I just took
Oh,
off running, and he was running behind me. He's like, "Don't run, Imma shoot," and he just started shooting and shot me 8
wow.
times, man.
8 times.
8 times, yeah, and I didn't know I was shot that many times, when it happened, like,
Now,
my
were you cheating
adrenaline.
running, or did you eventually, like,
No, I
after
fell I fell, and, so a couple of them, like, hit me in my back, but I feel like he was still shooting it, like, I might have turned and, like, was, like, blocked because I got hit in my hand,
Yeah, and your
and
leg and
then
stuff.
and then my leg and the front of my leg, like, in my shin 2 times, so I had to be facing him, like, when I fell, like, turn around and he was still shooting, but he
now,
just
it like you're in such shock that you're not feeling anything?
well, I didn't know that I was shot at my upper body. I feel like in hindsight, looking back, like I knew because that's what made me fall.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
whenever my adrenaline was rushing, I didn't know that at the time, and I tried to stand up, and my leg was so fucked
Uh,
up, it just like collapsed again, and it was just like, I'm just like, fuck, like,
Wow.
and I started screaming for help for the neighbor, and then like I grew up in a really rough neighborhood, like what would be considered like one of the worst neighborhoods in Pittsburgh.
yeah.
Mhm. And we have this thing called Shot Spotter that's on the telephone pole, and it kind of like alerts the police where like it'll actually pinpoint exactly where the gunshots went off.
Oh, wow.
Pawn or like for some people that might not know, like I've done pawn and lawn for a long time, and the one pawn shop I started at was in like a bad spot in Baltimore City. So
Yeah,
probably pretty similar to where you were at with the shooting. So they have similar kind of gun things like that. So that's pretty crazy, man. Like that's
yeah,
8 times. And for people that might not know, 50 Cent got shot 9 times, and somehow he survived and came back from this. But 8 times is just absolutely insane. So, like, what happened? So they ended up doing that spotter, and somebody got you to the hospital.
yeah. So the neighbor called the paramedic,
And this
but
guy had
in
run
that
off by this time?
yeah, he had just ran and jumped back in it. Like he didn't try to like go in my pockets or try to, he just shot me and
Wow.
ran, got back in the car, and pulled off. So the police, like I said, it pinpoints where it happened, and the police officer was like flying up the street, and I'm like, right here, and he like pulled over, and then the paramedic came like shortly after that. But like I said, I didn't know. Like I was fully conscious the whole entire time.
Yeah, what?
Um,
Now, the ones in your chest, did anything hit anything major, or like your lungs, or like, or just missed everything as far as in the
Yeah,
lungs?
so the one that came out or got hit in the back on that came out this side just missed my heart.
That's crazy.
Wow.
The other side, it came out right here, punctured the lung, and then I got hit in my lower back, which just missed my spine.
So, did your lung collapse
Wow,
from that
Steven.
one bullet?
Um, yeah, I don't feel like I was having a hard time breathing though because like I've always been in good shape. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And the doctor told me that that's what helped me was me being in the shape that I was in.
Wow.
Um, so yeah, I got a punctured lung, but I didn't really have any trouble breathing, I don't think.
How old were you at the shooting, Steve-O?
I was 33 at the time. That was
33.
10 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, 10 years
So
ago,
you're just sitting
February
there on
3rd.
the side of the street,
February
shot
3rd.
up 8 times. The cop finally comes over to you. Now, what's going through your head? Do you have any kids at this time? You
Yeah,
married?
I have 3 daughters.
At that time, you had 3 daughters?
Yep.
Now what,
Wow.
because everybody says, "Oh, I've never had, like, I thought I was dying moment, like, in the moment. Um, I got diagnosed with having a massive heart attack when I was 21. My son was only a couple months old, but that's a different podcast and different story. But it's not
Yeah.
like it hit me and I got to sit there and think. I got to think about it in the hospital for a couple days, but not like sitting on the ground moment. So was stuff flashing as you're sitting there? Or you just kind of in shock because people tell you different stuff when you're in those moments, and that's a pretty crazy moment.
Yeah, I thought about my kids, but I was like, call my mom. I would tell the lady that called the paramedics. I'm like, call my mom. My mom lives like a block away. So she flew around the corner to where it happened. She said that she heard the gunshots,
Oh, wow.
at the house while she was in the house. But she said when she got the call, she just knew and she just flew right around her. And um, yeah, I just was like, get my mom. My mom came there, and I don't even remember what I said to her. Like I said, I thought about the kids or whatever, but it was just like I thought like my mom, so I could tell her I don't know.
Yeah.
But I ended up getting in a paramedics. They took me to the hospital, and as soon as I get to the hospital, they like went to go sedate me, put the mask over put me in a medically induced coma or whatever, so they could operate. And that's when I felt like you're trying to kill me. Like they put the
Yeah.
mask on my face and it was just like, I can't breathe. Like I done made it all the way here and you gonna kill me when I get to the hospital with this. I can't breathe. You know what I mean?
Jeez.
Um, yeah, that picture that the video starts off with where I have like all the breathing tubes and stuff in me, that was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
how I
I'm
woke
gonna
up.
see maybe if you send Trevor a couple of those photos and you don't care, maybe Trevor can superimpose those up there
Mhm.
during some of this, because if you look at the photos, and I mean, if you look at Steve-O right now, the guy looks like a damn NFL player. Looks like he could go put pads on. The guy's in great shape. And you're like, if you said this guy was shot 8 times, like how, where,
Yeah, those were heavy
how is
images
that
for sure.
and especially the leg one, I'm like, how is this guy out hustling, is incredibly impressive, and it just goes to show how much you had to do to recover and to get where you're at and put your nose down to the grindstone. I mean, that's crazy, man. I mean,
Yeah, how long did it
it's
take
it's
you
an
to
absolute
recover fully
unreal.
there?
It's unreal.
Um, so I was in the hospital for a little over a month and then I had to go to
Oh,
rehab
months.
for another month.
Well, they
So
like, man,
about
you must have a lucky star or an angel watching over you to have 8 shots and
Yeah,
nothing
definitely,
took you
Steven.
out is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it was wild, man.
Now, how long after the shooting before you were able to get back to, like, working and doing lawn care and back to what you would consider normal?
I didn't start doing the lawn care again until so this was in 2016. I just started doing lawn care again back in 2023.
Yep.
But I was doing working other jobs. I got my CDL in the time. Um, so I was driving a dump truck for a while.
Now, what made sure you're recovering? You've got the CDL, which is not an easy thing to get or an easy job to do. So you're out there, you're driving a truck. What was that whispering thing in your ear that's like, "Hey, you gotta get back. You gotta get back to lawn care, man." What
Um,
final
you know,
into it?
you know, Mac Mac
Yeah.
Landscaping
Yep.
and
Yep.
Cedric Steele cuts the best.
Yep.
So Steele is my cousin,
Okay.
Cedric. And he was just like, "Man, you gotta get back into the lawn care." Um, you kinda inspired me to get into the lawn care. I didn't started He started his business. He was like doing IT and he told me, he quit his full-time job to do it.
Yeah.
So he, told me he was just telling me about like all of the new equipment that makes stuff so much easier. And, he put me on to like the grandstand, the multi-force,
Oh,
and
Toro guys, they're big Toro guys over there.
yeah, we're Toro guys over here, man.
The multi-force,
Yeah.
I will tell you,
I'll send that picture to
it's a
you. Where you
very
want me to send it to your email? I mean, send it to the
yeah, you
Instagram?
can send it over either way, and I'll get it to Trevor.
Yep,
And
get it to Ken.
I mean, I like Toro, and I think the multi-force is great. I think if you put the Toro stand on next to the Z3, the Ferris kills it in every which way. But if you put a multi-force up against a Z3 and you factor in all the other things you can do,
Yeah.
multi-force is very cool. I've been in Ferris's ear for years. I'm like, look, you need to make like right now, Toro runs with no competition. There's no other mower that you can use all year round. Now you can get like a attachment from what is
Mulchmate or any of those
Mulchmate,
guys.
and you can get these different things, but it's not the same. It
It
definitely can
doesn't
help
have the
you get
hydraulic.
but that
Yeah.
multi-force is cool, and I don't know why nobody else. So Toro, I always say I have like a core four, and Toro is definitely a well-respected, good company. So you can't
Yeah,
get hurt with that.
you see Sean
Yeah.
running around with that thing doing just about everything under the sun with that grandstand. It's pretty versatile.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
when you started back, you're like, all right, I'm gonna start back. I'm gonna do my own thing. And you started out of the gate and you went to Toro and had some pretty good equipment.
Yep. So I ended up, I got another pickup truck. I
Another
got the
Chevy
trailer,
problem, unfortunately.
Chevy. Yeah. I got the trailer. I'm like putting all of this money into like equipment defender racks on there because I've always had, even back in 2013, 14, when I finally got the trailer, um, I had those racks. I don't know what they were back then, but I had the trimmer racks on my truck. I had the I don't know if there was one for a backpack blower, but I had like the little jug to put the water on
Cutting,
it and huh?
cutting, and like we talked before, like where you were shot and stuff was not a great area per se. When you cut and your routes, are your routes in safe areas, or you really have to lock your stuff up, or when you come back, it could be gone?
No, I don't. So there's a suburb that's a few, maybe 10 minutes away from where I park my trailer and stuff at that I cut in. And I prefer to cut there than in the inner city just because of parking.
Yeah,
Like this
Yeah.
area is like everybody has driveways and on street parking. Like I could just pull up in front of the house. They don't even have sidewalks. So it's
yeah.
like, you know what I mean? The lawn goes straight into the asphalt street. So it's, I
Mm.
mean,
Yeah.
it's pretty easy to cut in those areas like that. So yeah, that's kind of like where I do most of my business in an area called Penn Hills.
Now, what do you use for handhelds? What's like your go-to trimmer and blower?
Echo, I got
I got all right. So we got a little bit here. All right.
yeah,
Now, what
yeah, I
are you
got
using on
the
the 2620? Are you using the
26.
T?
Yeah, I got the 2620. I got a 2620T. That
The
one's a lot
T, that
more.
thing's the one. Yeah.
Ooh, that thing is
Now, tell the
powerful.
people, do you have an Edged Pro on either of those?
Do I have a what?
That's yep.
An
That's
Edged Pro attachment? You don't have an Edged Pro?
No, what's that?
It's like it looks like a plastic dinner plate, and it just kind of gives you a little edge. We like to say a
the cheater
little edge
wheel.
on the competition. Some people
Oh
call it a trick,
no.
but it's really
Oh, the
just
little wheel thing. I seen those
well,
before.
you
No,
don't
I don't.
have to call it all that. You don't have to say it, like little wheel thing. But it's just it's an enhancement, okay? It
Yeah.
makes an already great trimmer man even better. And so you might
Okay.
look into that. You might want to you're getting a
I'm
little
gonna have to check. I'm gonna have to check that
yeah,
out, man.
you and Trevor are in your 40s. I'm still in my 30s for
Cause
another
it takes some skill to hold that thing up like
yeah,
this
and I
and
mean, the
like, you
difference
know.
is, see, when you're trim so I've always been solo until this year. So I don't know if you've been following along, but I went into business with this little guy over here. I moved my whole family to Montana. We bought a log cabin in the woods. I'm moving 32 hours away from everybody I know but this guy. And that's how much my dream and his dream go together and how much I think I can help him. He thinks that he can help me. So I've
I'm
always
sure I
been
can.
solo. So I hate trimming. Like I'm a stripe artist. Okay, I'm a talented striping individual. Okay,
Yeah.
trimming is that's not for me. But
But
obviously, I
that's
had to
part
get
of
good
it.
at it. I had to get
Yeah.
good, but
Part of the
my
game,
my
man.
buddy showed me. He's like, "Look, dude, you suck at trimming. If you get this, it's gonna make it so much easier." So it's basically the wheel doesn't when you hit the gas, it doesn't like spin it like a blade. It doesn't cut. It just free rolls. So you
Yeah, it's
can
just a guide,
yeah, you
basically.
can basically just use it as a guide, but it will roll. So I have a ton of concrete edging is what I've always had here in Maryland. So I put that thing on the ground, it goes right up against the concrete edging and it just rolls. So it takes all the weight of that trimmer
Of the
out.
trimmer, yeah.
When you're
It
doing
does.
10 plus
It is
solo,
easier. It is
it's
Okay.
easier for edging.
it takes a lot. All of us don't look like, Ray Lewis, and we're not naturally built, with 4% body fat. So I'm like, I'm taking every little advantage I can do. But Trevor, I made him use it when he flew to Maryland to help me get that last truck to the expo. And, it's one of those things, just like anything, even if you use a Darwin script, you got to use it for a little bit to see what it is. But
It does.
Yeah.
It takes a little getting used to. And I didn't hate it. Like I can't say that it was the worst thing in the world because literally for edging and stuff like that, it is phenomenal. It's amazing and
yeah,
it takes all of the guesswork out of it. But I was struggling a bit when it just came to your
send me the link, man. It sounds
normal
like
edging.
something I'd be
And
interested in
I
checking
use
out.
it for every aspect because you're taking the guard off, right? So it's like you're working without a guard. There's no little shield that blocks you. So you get hit in the face just like you would if you do guard on or off. Now that's another question. Are you guard on or guard off?
Guard off. I just took the guard off this year, and I like it so much
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
I'm saving so much string, more string. I'm getting a little bit more string out, especially with the
Yeah.
T can bring out a little bit
Yeah.
Yeah.
more string. So I
Just
mean,
get a
and it's
big
still
old
you,
A
roll.
little bit more, you
oh
know.
my goodness.
And that's how
Yeah.
this is because it's like no guard, but you have the weight of a guard. So it's kind of like, it's a
Yeah,
little different, but you might want to play with it. It's not that expensive. I think it's like they went up, but it might be 50 or $60 for one. And I've had one for like 5 years. I've never broken one, you know? And that's one of the perks when you're solo, you take care of your shit. You don't,
right.
Yeah.
so obviously if it was like on a crew, somebody would probably crack it because it's just plastic. But
Uh-huh.
they last like anything if you take care of it. Well, all right, so you got the right handhelds at least. You got Toro, which is a respectable brand. I'm not gonna hate on Toro. They're a
We
core
got the
four.
9010
You got the
backpacks.
9010. Now
9010.
that are you using any battery stuff yet? Are you getting it? Now I'm not saying you're, drinking all the Kool-Aid and going 100% all in, but are you mixing any battery blowers or stuff into your regiments?
I have a handheld battery blower from Echo. I won at my dealer. They had a raffle,
Nice.
and usually like right before spring they have like a sale, maybe 10 or 15%, and I go get like all my um the what is it? I get some of the 2-cycle oils, like cases of that, and it's just
Okay.
stuff that I'm gonna use like for the whole entire year, like a spoil,
Yeah,
trimmer.
I had that Echo a couple years ago, and I like Echo. I've never worked with Echo. They helped us on a giveaway one time, but I'm not sponsored by Echo. I just like Echo.
Yeah.
But I didn't like that blower at all. Like, uh,
Well, they gave me I ended up winning the blower, the little handheld blower, and the trimmer. I
yeah.
don't like the trimmer.
Nice.
I couldn't get the trimmer to feed. Like it wouldn't like you had to slam the damn head down like crazy to get
That
more line out, and I couldn't
that too,
stand
but
it.
also the head is like this thick.
Yeah.
So when you're used to the other speed feed being probably about
Mhm.
like this
Mhm.
big, when you go to trim down on the ground, it's like your muscle memory is going to put the trimmer in a certain place, and just that extra thickness of the trimmer head, it
What
throws me
I
off, and I don't like it.
when I
Yeah.
had that, I got home from the pawn shop one day on a day I wasn't cutting my route, and I had like black jeans and a polo on, and I just got that electric Echo we're talking about, and I had an Edge
Yeah,
Pro on it, and I was so happy. I just wanted to go out and make a. So I did. I set up a tripod and I did like a 30-foot walk edging, and it was with that battery trimmer, and I was like, man, look at this, is this the future? And anytime you show off electric, it gets so much drama and hate. It got like 2 million
oh
views,
my goodness,
Yeah.
man.
and people are like, oh, you're trash, you're voting for this person.
And
I was
he
like, Jesus God, like I'm just trying out this tool. And that's a thing that in lawn care, it's crazy to me because we're going to be running, we have like a little demo deal with Greenworks. So we're not like officially a brand ambassador like we are with Ferris, but they're letting us use their top equipment and give them real world feedback. And it's
yeah,
great for us because now we got another mower to use and borrow. But the Greenworks stuff is legit. But the problem is if say you're in construction, right? You can use a impact gun, a screw gun, a sawzall, a circular saw. All of your tools, if you are a construction worker, right, are all battery. And guess
yeah,
you're not a liberal Democrat or whatever. People don't label
yeah,
you a certain thing. You're not a stissy whatever, right?
yeah.
Yeah, and you're a badass, hard ass construction worker. But God forbid you
Oh
touch
my
a
goodness.
battery lawn care tool next to you're done. You're get this guy out of here. You know what I mean? And it's like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
weird
that's like
how
the video I just posted where the dude was like the guys that use the shovel and then the guys that use snowblower, and then the shovel guys are in the comments like, "Oh, you're using a snowblower, like, we shovel rough." Like,
It hasn't hit lawn care and landscaping yet where that's like acceptable. And then for me, like I started years ago and I worked for Gravely in the beginning doing some little bit of marketing, and they gave me their top of the line $35,000 mower, and I was like, hey, you can try this and you can keep it if you like it. And I was like, holy wow, this is like $40,000. And it was not good. And I was like, I can't show this off to people.
yeah,
Tell them it's good. And my friends are like, what do you mean? Make 5 videos and sell it on marketplace. I was like, I can't tell people like Trevor or Steve
right,
to go buy this, and they go buy it and they're like, F this guy, man. Like, go
right. I'm
go
too
away.
real,
Right.
bro. I'm not gonna sit up here
And I
and
had, dude, I was so excited to get that thing, and I used it twice, and I gave it back. And I was like, I talked to my dad. My dad's like, "Hey, your people trust you. I don't give a shit if they're paying you
yeah,
money, or if they're giving. You gotta give that thing back." I was like, "I don't want to give it back." You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I
yeah,
saw it. Yeah. He's like, you gotta give it back. And to me, doing marketing and content making, I take it serious because like I don't the last thing I want to do is say, hey, Steve, go get this Edge Pro, because maybe they give me a spiff or something. They don't, first of all. They won't even give me one to give away. But if I tell you, hey, go do that, so I get a couple bucks and you get it, and now
right,
you shoot it or you think it sucks, that 50, 60 or whatever could have took your family out to Outback or something. That's stealing is the way I look at
right,
it. So
Yeah.
right,
the lawn care world and battery is not there yet. I like trying it. The Greenworks stuff is no lie. Like the big difference with the Greenworks compared to Mean Green or Gravely, and you're a Toro guy, so I've ran the Toro. I think they call it the Evolution. The
yeah,
difference with the Toro and the Greenworks is you can put normal blades on it. Okay. So you can put those Skag and Ferris and Ballard blades on the Toro and the
That's cool.
Greenworks. So it cuts the same as your normal gas 40 horsepower.
right,
On the Mean Green and the Gravely, they have specialty thin blades, and it doesn't create lift, it doesn't cut, and the quality's not there.
yeah.
Well, I'm excited to use that Greenworks a lot more this year and get Trevor on it because a lot of people don't believe in it, but
The
That's
demos
battery.
that
why I
we did
love
with them
Equip
this year,
Expo.
they were nice. At Equip, playing with them a little bit. I was impressed with the
Yeah,
torque and how
that's
fast they
why I
were.
love Equip, man,
We're gonna have to
because
get a little Senex,
Equipped, man, you get to try everything, man. It's just like,
Now that Echo, that's the only battery blower you got using.
yep, that's the
Now
only
that
battery.
I can't remember, but I want to say it was around 500 CFMs. I feel like it was somewhere around that, maybe 450 to 550. Now we're gonna have to try to get him a
An
Senex.
810.
Dude, the Senex is 810 CFMs. Okay, now hold
See?
on.
It's like a backpack blower in your hands,
Anytime we talk
like a
about Senex, I'm
600.
contractually
There we
obligated to
go.
put this hat on real quick and tell you to check out SenexTools.com.
Yeah,
No bullshit. I think it's like $169. It's 810 CFMs. That thing is, for the
It's
price and the
gnarly.
power, it's amazing. You know what I mean? So make sure you
I
check
tried
out
it at Ken's house. I had to
SenexTools.com.
have it.
yeah, that the Echo handheld blower. I mean, I only do that if I was like blowing off a walkway real
Those
quick or something
on
like
Yeah.
that.
that Echo are like
I
bricks.
mean, you
Those
only
things
get
are
like
massive.
it only lasts like half a day. I mean, depending on how much you use it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I don't use it all day long, but I got to charge the battery every day.
Now Mac and them pretty into like Crest?
Um, I don't know if Mac has Crest yet, but I can from going to Equip, I kinda like the direction that Crest is going in. I
Yeah.
tried some of their stuff, is they got the power, their batteries charge up.
Well, it's German, man. It's like a BMW. Like anything like Hilti
Yeah,
tool used to be crazy back in the day compared to everybody else. If you look at a
Hmm.
BMW compared to like a Ford or a Chevy, I mean, and that's what Crest is bringing, like German technology. So they just make things a little bit different. Um,
Yeah,
now,
549 CFM is what that
yeah,
Echo
so
is.
there's a big difference between 540 and 810. Let me tell you.
okay. Yeah,
Mhm.
Price wise, it's like, I think the Echo was like 400 and something dollars for like a 3 amp battery and that little bit of power wear.
That
The
Cenex is like
Cenex
sub 200.
$169. Hold on one more time. CenexTools.com.
Got to
Well,
get
like I
paid.
said, man, I won it in a raffle, so
No, man, exactly for what you're saying you use it for, just going and blowing off sidewalks. You don't got to throw that backpack on that. I mean, that's
right.
awesome.
The 9010 is like overkill for certain stuff. I mean, I've
Yeah.
got it's
That's the
crazy because
problem.
I've kind of got like some of the equipment that I had started out with. So like I always kept good equipment and I just kept my trimmers. I mean, I still have one of the trimmers that I started out with. I still have the handheld steel blower that I had. I mean, it takes a little bit to get it started up, but
The one thing
I mean,
that
it still does its
a lot
thing.
of guys talk, and we all like to talk, and we all like to use the best stuff, but what we're not is we're not all equal in size. So, like, how tall are you, Steve-O?
5'11".
All right, so you're 5'11", so you're what we consider short, okay, in the 6+ world that I'm in, okay. You got Trevor. Trevor, what are you, 5'3"?
5'5". Thank you.
Okay, he's
5. I'm a
5'5". So
tall. I'm a stretched 5'5".
So the difference
So
is a 9010 is an 80 cc
my
dirt bike on your back. So
yeah.
somebody
It
that's like,
sounds like it too.
6'2", 275 with 5% body fat like me. You got Steve-O just under the 6'0". You got Trevor. Well, if we all three use the same blower, it's a lot easy for me to be like, oh, use a 9010 for every yard and everything because, I'm such a specimen. Well, you guys, it can, a little bit harder for Steve-O, maybe a little bit harder for Trevor.
Listen to him,
That's
Steve-O.
the
This dude
problem.
is
That's
crazy.
why
Let him go.
that's,
Yeah.
that's why you get guys who are like, oh, I like the 800 steel, I like the this, and they like the smaller ones. And I get it, I respect it. If you're
Well,
different, it's a little bit overkill for some
Well, and
people.
Steve-O, you just got into leaf removal. You added that to your resume and stuff, this new era that you joined and stuff. And I mean, that's what I love that 9010 and stuff for is like
Yes.
cleanups, leaf removal, stuff like that. If I'm just blowing stuff off the sidewalk, that 810 Cenex is the way to go. And we've also got some smaller steel backpacks, like a 600 and stuff that you can just slap on and
You're gonna
go blow
throw
some
those
sidewalks
away
and stuff out.
pretty quick.
But
Right. Those are like the ideal type of blowers for that. So when you go to equip and they're trying to show you these battery operated ones, I'm like, well, how long does this last? A
yeah,
battery would probably last like 30, 40 minutes, depending on what power you use it on. I'm like, well, I can't use this for leaf removal.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
You
Were
know
you
what I
able
mean?
to try the new Red Max yet, Steve?
No, I didn't try the new Red Max. I've seen videos with guys
So
comparing
I
them.
I demoed it. A company sent me one. It wasn't Red Max direct, but a company sent me one to play with, and I like it. And like if you look at the numbers, I don't have the numbers in front of me right now. They're very close. I think technically even that Red Max might beat it in one of the categories or even both as far as CFMs and miles per hour. Now I used it, I made videos on it, and it could be because I'm lifelong Echo and maybe a little biased, but I felt like it didn't have like the pushing power on heavy stuff the same way that the Echo did. And I made a video and it showed like where the 9010 would blow this little branch 10 feet away. And the Echo 9010, the tube and the nozzle was longer. So in
Yeah.
my opinion, I'm not an engineer, but if the tube is closer to that item, it should push the item better. And the Red Max tube was a little bit shorter. You get a lot of other people, they've done literally brick by brick on pavement and they say the Red Max beats it. I will tell you this: I've used both. I'm biased as hell with Echo.
Me
I would
too.
pick the Echo, but that Red Max and the Echo were so close and
Yeah,
so
that's what
even.
I see
And
most.
the big thing that I liked about Red Max in a world of everyone going to battery and everyone getting rid of some of their lineups and everybody going all in on battery, Red Max grabbed they grabbed themselves and they're like, you know what? We're going all in and we're going to compete. And not only are we going to compete, we might beat Echo. We want that top dog spot. So I thought Red Max deserved a ton of credit for, grabbing their sack and going all in
Yeah.
and competing. So if you get a chance or if you find one that's a good deal, it's a hell of a blower to use. I'd put my name on it that I don't think you'd have an issue with it.
Yeah, I mean, those things are cool, but when what it really all boils down to is like, what does your dealer have and
Uh,
parts on it,
Yeah,
parts
of
available
course.
right away? So
well,
like my dealer, they have steel, Echo, and I don't know, they might have Husqvarna or something
I
like
always
that. I'm
think
not
it's weird
sure.
when a place carries both. Like that's like you go to the dealer and they have Ford
Ours is
trucks
the same
and they
way.
have Chevy trucks. Like how are you a salesman of both? They're enemies. Like you know
Ours
what
is
I mean?
Steel
What
Echo as
steel,
well.
steel and Echo?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Steel and Echo is the same as like Ford and Chevy. If you went to a dealer and you're like, "Hey,
Yeah.
should I get a 2500 and F250?" Now you start thinking that they're selling you whatever they make the most on, or whatever has the best rebate or spiff, not on what they truly like, think. So it's always
Well, with
been
so
weird to
many
me.
landscaping companies, I guess with those, I mean, it's just like a preference.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're
And
getting both sides. Yeah.
this particular dealer, they they fix and have all the parts on hand for
Now
steel
what
and Echo. So it's like if
what's that
something messes
dealer?
up, you can take it in there and get it fixed same day,
It
or the
sounds like
parts.
Nice.
it sounds like you got a good rapport with them. Give them a little shout out. What's this dealer you're
Oh
talking
yeah,
about?
Penn Hills Rental. That's here in Pittsburgh, PA. Penn Hills is the
Thanks.
area that I cut grass in, but I mean, there's a ton of lawn care companies out there.
Now
Uh,
let's since you're in Pittsburgh, we gotta bring it up, right? Have you obviously been to Primanti Brothers anytime soon, or how good are they? I've never been to Primanti. We went up to Pittsburgh one time to see my wife's family. We went to some hot dog place that was like well known. I can't remember what it was
the
called.
originals,
Probably. I
originals
really
hot
wanted
dog
to
shop.
go.
They're not around anymore.
I wanted to go to Primanti because I've seen them in so many cooking shows and stuff. Now, have you been to there, and are they what they talk about, or no?
Uh, I don't personally like Permane
Yeah.
Brothers. I went there one time, like, there was one after this behind this nightclub, and I went there and I got, like, a steak what was it, like, a steak and cheese, but it was like a patty or something, it was, like, weird,
I
and
think they're
then they put coleslaw and french
yeah.
fries on your
Yeah, their big thing is like
No,
the
no.
coleslaw and fries on this big old sandwich or something.
Yeah, that's not my thing, man, I don't
Yeah.
like you know,
Yeah, I hear
I
you.
wouldn't I wouldn't recommend
Now, are
the
you
couple.
we brought this up in the beginning, but, like, are you obviously, like, a Steeler guy? Were you born and raised Steeler fan?
Yep, always been a Steeler fan.
That's why we were actually oddly rooting for the Patriots this year, because we wanted them to have more, Super Bowls than
No, yeah, they could never have that. So, yeah, I was Seahawks all the way. I don't want them to have more rings than us.
they want to have more rings, and finally Pittsburgh would stop talking. That's, like, the only thing they've ever got, is the
Yeah,
most
everybody was
tied
pumped
for
here
the
for
most
that because
rings.
that's like Montana's home team is the Seattle Seahawks because that's the closest thing here.
Yeah.
So they were
Yeah, so
excited
that's
for
gonna
that.
be the weird thing about Montana is there's no baseball team, there's no football team. You got a college team
Everybody
that's level
picks.
5
Everybody's
that's
got
crazy,
different.
but it's like there's not like as big as the state is, you don't have I think the closest is probably the Mariners or the Rockies, and I think Seattle's the closest.
Yeah, usually you get a lot of Colorado, a lot of Broncos fans, a lot of Seahawks fans, a lot of Rockies fans, a lot of Maryland or Mariners fans. But
Yeah.
we're so close to Canada. I mean, it's mostly hockey. A lot of people are hockey people here. So, and then it's the Avalanche.
What's the weather
eh,
like up in the summertime? Does it get really hot up there?
It does, man. We'll get up into 100 degrees like July, August. We'll have weeks that are 100 or over. Ken doesn't believe me, but he's about to see.
It's like
But
90,
then
92.
we'll drop below zero in the
It's
wintertime. But
some
this year's
degrees.
been different. This year's been weird. We haven't got a single bit of snow.
Everyone I talk to is like, "Oh my god, you're going to Montana, like, it's gonna be like a blizzard every day." I'm like, Trevor hasn't dropped the plow once this whole year, and I'm going out there to plow more." And it's like they've had this bizarre year of no snow.
Never seen it
Wow.
like this before in all my 42 years, man. This is
Yeah.
nuts.
We
There's
had
like what is it?
crazy snowstorm this year.
What is
I
it
know.
like?
I seen that like
There's a
15
giant
inches.
volcano that could be erupting, and
Yellowstone.
so
Yellowstone.
super volcano, nothing serious, but
Just the biggest one in the world.
yeah, just buried under ash or something. But at least you're not paying taxes anymore if that happens. So
We won't worry about it here because once that goes, it'll be seconds and we'll be vaporized. It'll
gotta
be
be.
everybody over in Pittsburgh and stuff that's going to get covered in ash.
Yeah, it's a very bizarre place. But like kind of like where we're going is southwest Montana, so like it's as far over almost in the Idaho. So it's very similar, like the same kind of cutting season as Maryland.
Yeah.
Pretty similar weather. Like if anything, you're Pittsburgh. You guys would always get more stuff than we would in Maryland. Usually a little bit colder, but pretty similar. But a lot of like 1 to 6 inch snows on a normal year. Not like blizzard. Can't do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Tell us about you jumping into the snow removal game and that big storm that just hit you guys.
Yep. So last year and the year before, we didn't really have too crazy of a winter. Maybe a couple inches here and there. And I was working with a couple other friends of mine that have landscaping businesses, just helping them out. And this year, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna get into the snow removal. But we had our first snow, and I had like my reoccurring clients for grass cutting season, but I didn't have any commercial or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it snowed. I'm looking out the window that morning of the snow, and I'm like, I said I was going to start, but I'm not doing nothing. And somebody called me like, "Hey, you want to come do my driveway?" And I'm like, you know what? That's a quick $100 I could make real quick. So I ended up leaving out. I jumped on Facebook. I said, "Hey, I'm out here doing snow. Hit me up. I'm super busy if you need me to come do your, whatever, whatever." And I got like 5 people to hit me up. So by the
Nice.
next snowstorm, I ended up helping one of my buddies out. I had a couple more people calling, and he sent me about 11 properties for like a home healthcare agency. And so now I'm doing about like 20 on this snowstorm. I mean, on that snow. And then we got
Mm.
a snowstorm about to come. So mind you, my boy that gave me the properties, he told me that he had a Boss plow attachment for the multi-force that's just sitting on the side of his crib. And he said I could get it, I could use it. I don't have to pay him for it or nothing. Just come get it. It was just sitting there collecting dust.
Good
So
deal.
I go pick it up. I put it on a multi-force. I actually put it on my boy's multi-force.
What did he have? Like a straight 4-footer?
Yeah, it was a 4-footer. Yeah.
Okay.
So I got a 60-inch Grant multi-force that I had the blower attachment on. And my boy had brought his 52 over, and he had asked me to borrow some money for this car, and he was getting a check for, from this municipal. But it was like Friday, he needed to buy the car, and the check wasn't going to be ready till Tuesday. So I let him borrow the money, and then I seen that he had dropped his price on the multi-force from 10.5 to 9,500. And I'm like, I gotta buy this off of him. Like, this is a good deal. It's only 300 hours on this thing too. It's like dang near new.
Yeah.
So I'm like, bro, just keep the money I gave you for the car. And, I ended up putting the plow on that one. So now my boy hits me back saying how his ATV went down and he needed me to help him out a couple of times. And then it ended up getting it like he needed it back. So I found
Oh,
one on
no.
Face I found one on Facebook Marketplace because my dealer said they couldn't get one until
Now,
February.
what's a multi-force with just a cutting deck multi-force is probably what, 15 grand?
Yeah,
Hmm.
With
15
no
grand,
attachments, just a
no
deck.
attachments.
Yeah.
Yeah. They sell them now, they come stock with the hydraulic, but when I bought mines, I paid 14 for it and I didn't have the hydraulic, so I had to get the hydraulic, and the
You
first
have
attachment I
that
got was
hydraulic
Dang.
mulch bucket on it too?
yeah, that was the first attachment that I got was the mulch bucket.
You use that a lot?
Yeah, I actually once I put it on, I never took it off, and I ended up finding ways to use it. Like I had put like a grass catcher on there, and then I would dump the grass in
Yeah.
there.
Nice.
Or
Oh, yeah, that's smart.
sometimes I would pull up to like the tall hedges and just cut it and let it drop down in the bucket.
There you go.
Now, I wanna
Just
ask you
figuring out ways to use it to make my job easier. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna ask you a question that I don't think I've asked anybody so far, and we've had, what, Trevor, hundreds of episodes so far,
Yeah,
right?
almost that.
Now, with what you went through, okay, which is crazy, right?
Yep.
Were you a religious guy before that? Were you a religious guy? Did it make you become a religious guy after that? Are you not a religious guy? And if you don't feel comfortable, you don't have to answer that. But to me, you went through something like insane. And,
Yeah, how
you
did that
know,
change your life? I mean,
Yeah, I was always a religious. I grew up in from a religious background, but that definitely drew me closer to God.
I
And
mean, that's just
you know,
like to survive that, right? And get back on your I mean, just to survive it is insane, you know?
yeah,
And none of those 8 different shots taking you out and, for God to let you get back on your feet and come back and to succeed
It's a miracle.
doing is crazy. So that's why, like, in my opinion, I'd be like, damn man, I'd be so much even stronger with my faith to get you back to this is just
absolutely.
I mean, you are incredibly lucky. Now, did they ever catch that shooter? Did he ever get caught?
Yeah, I forgot to get to that too. I was curious.
No, they didn't. They didn't get caught for what had happened to me, but karma ended up catching up with those guys when they do stuff like that, and
Yeah.
um, just live that type of lifestyle. It catches up with them. So
Man, that's just like that's crazy, man. Like I'm so proud of how you somehow got through that, and you seem like a super positive guy. Like you can talk to somebody, and I've seen you in person a handful of times. Like you
Yeah, you
look at
got good energy,
people,
Steve-O.
and they're basically like a glass half empty or a glass half full guy. And I don't know if you've always been like that. You said you were popular before the accident, but you definitely just seem like a glass half full kind of guy, and you definitely seem like you got your head on straight. You're obviously older like Trevor, so you guys are like on that other end. But to survive what you did, man, is wild. I think that's crazy. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's pretty nuts. If only we can get him into a Z3, Trevor, and
Right?
And
Well,
I thought I was gonna win it when we were at the Equip. I mean, they kept calling ticket after ticket after ticket. Hey, that was crazy how they called that lady, and she was like, her husband was there. He knew that that was her ticket.
thrown out.
Yeah,
was
that
that the
she.
He
one for the
wasn't
black
there.
one?
No, this was last year, at the Ferris booth. The lady, like, you had like a minute, and I think the husband or the lady had the ticket. They didn't have the ticket, so when the minute expired, they went on, and the guy was like almost right there. It was pretty crazy.
Man, she ran
Wow.
down about maybe 30, 40 seconds after they were starting to call the next
Yeah.
number.
It was like rules are rules. I remember
Yeah,
the first one I ever went to in 2020. I was in the Hustler booth. Nobody knew who the hell I was. Hustler gave me a little table. We had a couple of those. Really, just me and Kyle Bryant like hanging out in Mowerman. And I watched the Bobcat giveaway for the first time, and it was the same thing. You had 1 minute, and if you didn't take that key out of the guy's hand in 1 minute, they called somebody else, and it was like something out of a movie. Like you saw the people part the ways like
yeah.
this, and this guy was running, and the whole crowd's like 5, 4, and the dude got there in the nick of time, and it was like
Wow.
it was wild to watch in person. But that's what happened with them, Trevor. We were over in Cynics, and the lady missed
Yeah,
out by 30, 40 seconds. Oh,
No.
yeah,
Man.
which
yeah.
Were
That
is
you
was
at the one
crazy.
pretty
this year,
crazy.
Steve-O?
Yeah, I've been to the last 3, man, and I won't miss one.
What a
I see
good
that.
3 what a good 3 to go to. The last 3, man, we've given away a truck the last 3 years in a row.
Yeah,
And
yeah, I seen that,
it
man.
it's been
Yeah,
it's been pretty crazy.
this one
You
was
know,
awesome, man. It's the
that
just
was
the way that
Trevor's
everything went
first.
down.
So
That
his
was my
first
first
ever
one,
was being
and just
involved with everything.
seeing that get that guy give that truck away to that kid, that was like, and we talked about it all
Yeah,
week. How
man,
cool
that
would it
was.
be? How cool would it be if a young kid, this was his first truck and he got it? And that's what it turned out to be.
That
So, and
Ranger,
after
I'll tell you
everything,
what, you can't go on Marketplace and find a 5.0 swap blacked out Ranger anywhere. Like that truck is badass. That's one of my favorite things we've ever given away. And for a 13-year-old to have it is like they were doing burnouts
Yeah,
in the parking lot. Like you couldn't make that stuff up. Another thing that I always like to ask everybody, because obviously social media plays a big game, and with Malik, he had a guy that like really helped him get out. So I like to ask people to name their 5 favorite lawn care content guys. Like what guys, and maybe you don't have 5, maybe you have 1, but what lawn care content guys do you think people listening should look into, that they could possibly help them, that they make good content? What shout out to a couple guys would you like to give that you think are doing great things in the industry? and maybe they helped you in anything. Maybe they helped you pick out a blower or a mower or an Edge Pro to get you going. But who do you want to give a shout out to our listeners?
Um, so I like Blaze of Grass,
Okay.
Johnny,
Mhm.
and I like Black Sheep.
Okay.
Black Black Sheep,
Yeah.
man, he got like the coolest content, man. Like
Hey,
he's
he's
so
got a big announcement coming up. I was talking to him last night on the phone, and he's got something big about to happen. So keep in touch with him. I love that guy.
yeah. My boy Max Landscaping.
Super positive Mac is.
Yeah, we like Mac.
Yeah. Um, hey, who else? Grass Girl. You down with Grass
Yeah,
Girl?
Grass Girl. Yeah,
Yeah, she's from here too. We just found out we're related too, so it's like that's pretty cool. She got good content. She's from
yeah. I like
Pittsburgh
watching
too.
her stuff, and she's a hustler. She's a go getter,
Yeah, she's
especially with this
positive.
Yeah,
snow this year. It was like I was impressed. Like, get it, girl.
yeah,
Yeah.
nah, she's doing her thing for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Spencer, I like Spencer too, man.
Yeah.
He shows like all of that multi-force stuff, and being that I have one, I have all of the same
I feel like
attachments.
there's a
It's
little
just
Toro bias with these people, Trevor. I mean, there's a lot of Toro family here.
Hey, I'm a
hey,
fan of.
I like your content too, bro. Like
No, I'm just messing
you
with you,
got
man.
you got some funny content, like super relatable stuff. Like I
Well,
like
see,
that.
my dad says all I do is complain, and the whole stripe life, we're like 500,000 plus now if you count Montana and you count Canada, and I've been winging everything since day one. We try to give back, but my whole thing has been like selfie mode, and it's just myself. So I talk to the camera as my worker. So to join Trevor and his business and have employees and it's going to be a different world. And a lot of guys like that, like you see these other people and they have, even if you just have a trimmer man full time or a partner full time, like the content's so much better because now you have a whole nother character in the show. So to be able
Mhm.
to team up with Trevor, and we have a guy
We're gonna
named
put some
Steve,
stuff out. It's gonna be
I mean,
fun.
it's going to take the content to the next level, let alone the real business. But we're going to have a lot more people on the show per se, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And that's why, like, you got Spencer, like you said, him and his wife. You've got. It's hard to do everything by yourself, you know.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
it's
going
hard, man. I
to
don't
be a good year to have actual more people on the show. So I'm excited for it.
right. I
Yeah.
had to ask those guys like, how do you guys put out content like that? Because it's the editing and like I got a ton of video in my phone,
Yeah,
but it's just like editing and stuff to make it look like how maybe I wanted to look, but a lot of the videos that I just and they're just like, don't even think about it, just put the content out there. And
yeah.
when I do that stuff, those are the videos that just take off. Like I got a couple of
That's
videos on my
that's the thing,
page that
like,
are
I do like my biggest things are like memes. I'll make a meme or like a relatable, funny meme, and what do we get? We got like 16 million views last month,
Yeah.
yeah,
and on a stupid meme. When I do like a heartfelt, motivational something, I'll get like 5,000 views.
yeah, right. That's what I'm
5,000
saying.
views, the 5,000 views could have hit people that it needed to hit. So I don't ever look at a video.
Yeah, for sure.
I get people and I tell Trevor, hey, you got to get your Stripe Life Montana now. All right. Like, we're going to build your page up and you're going to have a lot of real people following you and trusting you. And, you're going to get a guy that's going to be like, hey, you little short, whatever, and it's going to hurt your feelings. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
it's going
Post
to
and
ruin your
ghost.
day. And then you're going to be like, look, F this content. I don't want to do this. And then the very next thing, you'll get a DM from somebody that's like, hey, Trevor, hey Ken, hey Steve, I watched this video you made, dude, and it got me off the ground. It got me to where I am. Like, thank you so
Man,
much. And then you're like, all right, I'll keep doing this. You know what I
that's
mean?
such a
Because
dope feeling, man,
it's
to
crazy.
have people like seeing your content, you're inspiring others or
It's going to
um
happen with this one, Steve-O. I mean, what advice would you give to someone trying to rebuild, especially after like a major setback like what you just had? I mean, this pod right here, your whole story is extremely inspirational, man.
I
And I
think
know that
it's
somebody's going to
crazy.
listen to it and going to go, okay, well, look, if he can come back from that, I can come back from this. So, I mean, I know you've got some inspirational words for people like that.
man, listen, the biggest thing I've been saying is to bet on yourself, man. Just if you see a vision and you see yourself like headed in a direction or what you envision your business to look like or whatever. Like I bought a the multi-force when I didn't even have a couple but 3 yards to use it on. You know what I mean? But me having that piece of equipment, I was able to take on jobs that would have took me forever with a push mower. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Um, and I was getting to the story about what I was telling you about the plow and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And I ended up putting a plow on a multi-force this year, and I mean, we got that 15 inches of snow. I built
You were
a
ready.
snow side of
Look
my
at that
business.
multi-force.
It would have took years for me to get as much clientele that I have right now from that one snowstorm. And if I didn't
Mhm.
have that mower that I bought off of my boy and finding a plow to put on there, I wouldn't have been able to do as much as I was doing on the snow removal tip. I mean,
And
I probably made
you
like
hear
20
what I'm
grand off of
hearing,
one
Trevor?
storm.
Are
Yeah.
you? I'm hearing Toro's next signed Brandon Vassar. I
Man,
mean,
they need to man,
Toro, listen
Toro
to this
needs to
guy.
get me,
Come
man, for
on.
real.
what? I think the guy's name's
Ken, you gotta
Andrew.
have some kind of pull to get
This is
Toro.
shout
Listen,
out
man,
Andrew. I think
Toro, if Toro
Andrew.
sees this, man, come on, man, put me on
I'm
I
his
gonna
team.
tag him in it. I'm
I
gonna
could
tag
be
him in it.
wrong, but I think Toro uses an outside marketing company they've used forever, right? And the guy's name has been Andrew. Super cool guy. I've talked to him a handful of times, met him in person. So Andrew, if this gets back to you, Steve-O, I mean, this guy is crazy.
I'm telling you, I'm
This
the
guy
guy,
is
man.
in one of the
I got
top.
all the attachments. You know
Hey,
what I mean? I got plenty of
look,
content where I'm really putting this stuff to like showing
now,
you
now
how
let me ask you.
productive you can be with this type of equipment,
Now let
man.
me ask you,
Absolutely.
what would it take for you to leave Toro and maybe come to the what people like to call the Rolex of mowers with Ferris? Like, you know, because we might know some people. I might know a couple guys on the factory team that could get you into, a Rolex and get you out of that. We'll call it an Omega or Breitling, maybe. Not a bad mower.
Yeah. I'd have to see how it works, man. I mean, like I said, the
Yeah,
biggest thing.
definitely keep that multi for landscaping jobs and other stuff, but if
For
it's
your
just
plowing and
cutting
stuff for
Yeah.
sure.
cutting, that Z3 is in a league of its own. But if as an overall total package, if you had to buy one, I can definitely understand why somebody would choose a multi if you're doing multiple things and you only have, a budget for one mower. That makes sense. I can't argue that.
Yeah. What's some of the smaller Ferrises that
So the difference is with the Ferris stand-ons is once you get to the Z3 line, that's when you get that what's called pivoting front axle. So
Suspension,
it's,
man.
it's basically like a full
I'm not
suspension.
gonna lie. Listen, I tried Ferris at the Equip Expo, and that thing rats so like,
So that's
especially
you
this.
got to get to the Z3 line. So like the smallest, like I had last year, I had a 52-inch deck, and that's the Z3, the smallest you could get with
Yeah,
that full suspension setup, and that had a 37 horsepower. Now, which multi do you have? Because I think they just recently came out with a bigger motor. Do you have like the 26?
yeah. I got the 20. I have the 26 Kohler.
I think now they're putting what
Yeah,
calories on them,
37,
probably.
37 Kawasaki's on them,
Yeah,
man. Yeah.
yeah.
But you
So
did roll the Ferris at the expo though. You liked it. You liked
Oh
how it felt.
man. Yeah, my cousin, he told me, he was like, "You got to try the Ferris,
yeah,
especially like the sit down ones." It's like just
That
rat one.
3300.
Yeah,
Cadillac.
yeah, it's like a Cadillac, bro. I can't believe like, and I was flying around that course too, and it was just
Yeah.
like I didn't even feel
You
no
hit the whoops. You hit the little bumps, and it's like, did I hit him? Yeah.
nothing,
I mean,
nothing. So I definitely like Ferris for that.
but
But
definitely Toro is legit, and trust me, like I've been to the factory multiple times, and that's the thing. When you get to the factory, it doesn't matter if you go to a bad boys factory. When you see all the families and all the people that rely on this, and it becomes a lot more than just a mower.
right,
And
Yeah.
but with Ferris, I've seen the inner workings of everything, and I'm talking to their highest up people and engineers. I'm like, dude, like Toro is running by themselves. Can somebody compete with these guys? Because I'm sick of seeing these multi forces because they're badass. Like, can we please make something that competes against these guys? And I think it would be great. I'm waiting for Skag to do it too. I'm surprised nobody else is competing with that, because that's such an amazing tool that it doesn't matter if you're Ford or Chevy or Toro or Ferris, you can't not like a multi-force, you know?
Yeah. So what is it? Do they have like a patent where they're the only ones that
Yeah,
could put
imagine
this
the block,
hydraulic on there?
and that's why if you get into like that what is it?
Because I heard that Toro's like owns all of the patents that all the other mowers use.
I can't imagine them blocking. Like Ferris has obviously the patent on suspension, so they block
Suspension.
it from everybody. And a lot of guys, skag, hung people that can't get over it, and all these other things. Oh, you don't need suspension. It's one more thing to break. Okay, if if Ferris's suspension patent was open and every brand could have it tomorrow, guess what? Every brand would have full suspension.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
people act like you don't need it, or it's not. That's bullshit. So I don't know. I'll try to look into that. I don't think it is. I just obviously it would take a decent amount of money to invest in engineering to create it and run it, and you don't know if people are going to be so brand loyal to the multi or not. But it's definitely something I'd love to see. I'd love to see a Skag and a Ferris.
There's a market for it. People are
Something
going to buy
else.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's that's pretty crazy. You know what I mean? But Steve, I appreciate you coming on
Hey, I
to the
had a quick question. Do you got that I seen a video where you said some people are afraid to grow and some take it personal. It was like a video where you were showing like your truck. Is that your truck and trailer you were showing?
the black one.
The black one, yeah, the two door.
The black is I'm a regular cab guy through and through, and I've got it's a 2023 F-250 with the diesel. That's my baby. And I don't keep things long. I've had 50 vehicles. I've had smart cars, I've had Shelby Cobras, you name it, I've had it. But that truck, I think I'm going to keep for a long time. That's my baby.
Okay, now I was asking because the first truck on there was one with the ramp rack. It was the red one.
Yeah, so I had a red F-250 diesel regular cab for a hot minute. I bought like when COVID hit, and I got it for like 8 grand under sticker. And then when COVID hit, it was like 6 months later, my dealer friend's like, dude, I'll give you 5 grand back cash. Just give me that truck back. You don't need it. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, he's like, you're cutting 1 or 2 days a week. You don't need a 250. So I was like, all right. So he gave me, it made me such a sweet deal. I switched it to a 5.0 short bed F-150, and I put the same ramp rack on it, and I ran that for like a year. And then I switched into trailers, but the ramp racks are very nice. I mean, they are.
Well, that was the question that I was getting at because I'm looking to get a ramp rack. And can you fit a 52 on there?
Yeah. So, you're
I
probably
got
the
a Chevy
Chevy.
2500 HD that I'm trying to put it.
Measure your wheel box, because on the F-250, I had a little bit more room, maybe like 54 inches or something. And on the F-150, it was like 53 inches. But I put a 52-inch Hustler X1 full-size sit-down in the bed of that thing for a whole year. I never messed up my wheel wells at all. So, and obviously if you did like a stand-on, it's even easier to see, but you can easily get a 52.
Yeah,
Okay,
what size
no,
is
that's
Blades running? Because he's got one. He rolls that ramp rack, and he's. It looks like a 52 that he's rolling up in that thing.
I was thinking so. I was thinking that, yeah.
What we're thinking about is getting a ramp rack sport, which is the smaller one, and we would possibly do some light snow removal in certain commercial atmospheres with like a Mammoth or a vent track or some kind of stand-on snow machine. So we're looking into getting something like that later too. You know, I just want to say, Steve, super appreciate you being on here, man.
Yeah, what a great story, Steve. I mean, very inspirational, man.
At what you've been through. And again, like if people watch this, that's why you can watch these on, Spotify and YouTube and stuff, and you can just listen to them. But if you watch it, you get to see this guy. And
Look at the guy.
like, the guy's a specimen. But not only that, just look at the dude's face. Like the guy is just like contagiously positive looking, and it's almost upsetting me right now how positive this guy looks. You know what I mean? But with everything we've been through, like all those shots, 8 different gunshots. Like what hurts you? Like when I wake up, I broke my back. When I broke my foot, my knee needs surgery for the last 5 years. So I'm complaining. I'm an old man, and I'm in my 30s. You guys are old. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
almost at
what
30 broken
what
bones, my friend.
of that gunshot, which one is nagging you? Which one is still you feel on a daily basis the most?
On my leg, that
Yeah.
one got a lot of I got had a lot of, bad nerve damage.
Mm.
So,
Yeah, that one was
um,
gnarly. They look like skin grafts involved and all kinds of stuff, huh?
yep, I had to get a skin graft. Um, I had to have multiple surgeries on that leg. I almost lost it
Wow.
for real, but it's stiff, like, to this day, and then I got, like, nerve damage that comes and goes. I got nerve medicine that I could take for it, but I don't like to take it because it kinda make me sleepy, drowsy type
Yeah.
shit, so I take it whenever I feel the nerve pain coming on, but,
Dude, it's
that's
just crazy. It's crazy what you're doing, what you're building, what you've been through. I mean, you got a lot of people out there, and they could be silver spoon fed. They could be in a great neighborhood. They could have somebody buy them all this equipment, and they're out there and they're making excuses. I can't start a business. Oh, the economy's bad. Oh, the gas prices are high. Oh, the president's this person this year, this person next year, and they do everything and anything to make an excuse as to
yeah.
why they can't succeed. And you've got you that's been through the ringer, that's literally been shot down in the street, but you picked yourself up and you're back out there and you're hustling. So it just goes to show, man, it's all your mentality, and you are a hell of a lot mentally stronger than the next guy out there because it's crazy what you've overcome, man. And I'm glad we could try to highlight you a little bit out there for this industry because I'm gonna personally send 50 Cent a message, and we're friends. I can be like this guy almost beat you out there, and
You got to take him to lunch or something.
and again, if I had any power with Toro, dude, I'd get you one tomorrow. And again, I'd love to get you cutting and thinking about some Ferrises. Do you have a Ferris dealer anywhere near you?
Not sure if this one dealer that it's on the other side of town. I went over and they had, well, they have plow stuff like Bosch, and
Yeah.
I know they have Skag, and I seen that they had Crest. I was like, I didn't know
Oh,
Crest
I
was
know
even in there
Colton.
either.
Colton was like such a shining star in the industry for Ferris because Colton would be at your house tomorrow
Yeah,
with a
he would.
I
Seriously.
seen
Yep.
the videos, bro.
He'd be
I
packing
seen
up
it.
right now.
He would do something. He would hear his name through the
Yep.
radio, and all of a sudden he's at your house with 4 of their top mowers, and you're on these things, and he's like, "There's no way you won't like this thing more." And next thing you know, you just bought 3 different mowers, and
Yeah.
they still have demo guys, so I'm sure that I know they're big on the
I
East
follow
Coast.
him, and I follow him for that reason because
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody that I know, he was
He's a
just like
hustler.
popping up on him, and he's like, "Yeah, the next thing you know, they're shooting videos with this dude with
dude,
all the
and that's
mowers."
the thing. It's
I
like
think we
he's a
got him
hell of a
on
sales guy.
next. Do we
Yeah, I
got
think
him
he
on
might.
next?
Everything's a little crazy right now because like I'm literally like I'm in a living room that has nothing on the wall. Like my whole house is packed up in boxes. We close on our house in like less than 2 weeks. We already bought the cabin out there, so I'm like everything's nuts,
Yeah, I
dude.
was there
But
today fixing up
I
plumbing
definitely want
and
to
all
try
kinds
to
of
get
stuff.
you on one and demo one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would love to, man.
But definitely the multi-farce is cool. You are using some top of the line equipment. But we hope to see you at the expo this year.
Yeah,
I
let's go
really
get dinner.
appreciate your time. Yeah, for
Let's do a
sure.
dinner
Yeah,
when we're at the expo. Let's
We'll
get
only go to
together and
Ruth
do a
Chris.
Ruth Chris.
Okay?
Yes,
We
for
that's
sure.
our spot.
we don't eat, so we sit behind a table for 8 hours. We don't move at the expo. We just hand out stupid tickets and stickers. And
Yep.
at the end of the day, we just have one good meal at Ruth Chris. So
Up on
definitely
the
have to
top of
get
that
down
I'm
building.
there.
definitely with that. I'm always down to
Dude,
eat good,
it's
man.
on like the 16th floor of some. It's not
Have you
downtown.
done that one?
It's different.
Have you done that
Okay.
one, Steve-O? That Ruth
What's
Chris
that?
in Louisville?
No, I haven't been to
Yeah.
that one. Nope.
It's like in a high-rise
Yeah,
condo
it's
building.
yeah. They have a balcony all the way around, so you can eat and you can walk
Yeah.
out and literally look over the whole city. It's wild.
Yeah, we'll
It's a
definitely
cool
get
spot.
we'll definitely get Steve to go, and I'll forget
Listen,
my
I'm
wallet that day
for
because that
surely
place gets
looking
a little
forward
crazy.
to that.
you know?
Yeah, Ken always forgets his wallet when we're there. I don't know what's going on.
It's an accident. It's just an accident. But dude, I'm excited, and we'll put this together. We'll tag you, and we'll try to get you out there. And man, I'm telling you, like, and that's the thing. Like, it doesn't matter. Too many guys think, and that's what I made a video the other day about, like, people with their fake bots and people with their fake followings, and for some reason, some people think, oh, I gotta buy all these followers. I gotta have 10,000. I gotta have 50,000 before I mean something. Before somebody will look at me. And I honestly, Sibo, I don't know how many followers you have. I follow you, I watch your videos. I never look at the follower list. I look at what the people are doing. So I don't know if
Yeah,
you have 1,000 followers or 50,000 followers, honestly. But in
yeah,
my opinion, it doesn't matter what your list is. It matters the quality of the person you are and how you talk and how you carry yourself and what you get through. I think if I was you, I would be contacting Toro. I'd be contacting Echo, and if that's something you want to do, and
yeah,
start getting into that content world, because I don't like to
Hmm.
call it a influencer, because you're not really an influencer, you're just a content creator. And if people are influenced by what you say, then that's great. That just goes to show the person that you are. But dude, you've got a power over you that I think you need to get out there more. And like the guy Mark from Hustler told me years ago, I don't like showing my face. I'm built like a refrigerator, you know what I mean? But you are the main star of your channel. So you got to get yourself out there, talk about your day, whatever
yeah,
you're doing, and I tell you, you will start to grow and take off like wildfire. And
I
yeah,
think so.
you could be a powerful force in this industry, man, because I think when people look at you and they hear what you've been through, they're gonna respect everything that you say.
How could you
And
not? Yeah.
you just have like a look, that demands respect in life. And you look like a professional athlete somehow. You know, so make sure you get
Definitely.
yourself out there. I want to see some great content from you this year. I want you to let the world know what you got, because I think you can be a real powerful force in this industry. We'd love to watch you grow, man.
man.
And
I
that's
appreciate that, man.
PGH Lawn Care on Instagram, right?
Yep, yep. I picked
P-
that name 2012 or 14 whenever I started my Instagram page, man. I still got, like, if you scroll down to the bottom, I got my very first post on there still.
nice.
I
And
think it's awesome, man.
yeah, PGH Lawn Care was like Pittsburgh Lawn Care. I wanted, whenever they searched, I guess, how you would look for people back then. I
Yeah,
didn't, yeah, it was like not cutting edge lawn care. I just was like, man, I want them to find me by PGH Lawn Care, Pittsburgh Lawn Care. So
Well, that's
nice.
I
where they
just
know how
kept
to
it.
find you now.
Yep. But that's
Well,
me,
that's
man.
awesome, man. Well, make sure.
Content's gonna keep coming out. I got a lot of followers now on Facebook. I'm monetized on there, making some money on Facebook. So it's like,
Good for you, man. That's awesome.
yep,
That's awesome, man. Well, we look forward this year. I think we're going to give away a couple custom dirt bikes at the expo. So we're going
okay,
to mix it up a little bit this year. We're going to have some fun. Like Trevor said, we're going to get you to pay for a nice meal at Ruth Chris. So that's going to work out pretty good. But just keep killing it, man. Keep being positive, and like I said, just put yourself out there, and you'd be surprised how far this industry and the world's going to take you when you keep being positive and you keep killing it. And I just think you got a great outlook, a great attitude, and I'm super stoked that we got to do this with you.
Yeah, thanks, Steve-O.
appreciate that, man.
I'll let Trevor sign us off here. So my dad says I don't talk as much. So Trevor, sign us out, buddy.
Yeah, well, you guys heard it. This is Stephen Owens with Cutting Edge Lawn Care. His story is amazing. You guys go and follow him on PGH Lawn Care. And thanks so much, Steve-O. That was fun. And we'll see you at the expo, and keep in touch with us. We want to hear more about your story in the future.
Yep, for sure, man.
All right.
All right. Take
Okay,
care,
guys.
guys.